I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Welcome to the 300th interview of Eric Loy Interviews, and the guest for our 300th interview is Moon Beetlebug. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for being number 300.
Well, thank you. I didn't even know I was 300. That's great.
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Moon Beetlebug. I'm a VTuber. I stream on Twitch. I'm a half demon, half beetle hybrid, and I also eat dreams. So.
Well, you can have some of mine lately.
Oh,
especially
thank you very much.
Especially the ones where I can't find my car after leaving the mall.
Yeah, I have a lot of people say they want me to eat their bad dreams.
Yeah.
So.
As long as you're up for that, heck, I might even throw a couple of quarters your way.
Oh, that'd be great.
So, when did you get started with the VTubing?
So okay. So I started VTubing back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But so I streamed back then for a couple months with like a completely different alias and stuff like that.
Right.
And then I stopped due to work and college, and I felt like stuff was kind of getting in the way. And back then, VTubing, like at least English VTubing, was not super popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't a super I don't know, like people didn't look up VTubers
right
very often.
Right.
Like I had only really seen Hololive, like the Japanese Hololive back then.
Right.
But I stopped, and then VTubing kind of blew up more. And I decided to come back to it, and I've been doing it again for about a month, and I've been loving it so far. I'm very happy I started back up.
Well, I watched the other day, and it sounds like you're really enjoying yourself.
Oh, that's very cool. Yes, I do. I really enjoy streaming. It's very fun.
Yeah.
I love the people I meet.
Yeah. Is that one of the biggest draws for you? Is to kind of expand your universe a little bit and interact with the people you wouldn't normally interact with?
Yeah, definitely. Like, building a community is probably the most important part to me, and the most fun part. Like, my Discord is like always active, and I love talking in there, and I love talking to people on Reddit, and just like interacting with people and having those fun interactions. Like, I kind of joke around all the time with people.
Yeah.
And it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it so like every single day I'm like looking forward to doing some silly stuff. I don't know.
It's like get done with whatever you need to do, and then I'm running straight back to the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when you got started and you finally turned on the microphone, what was something that happened that you weren't ready for?
I would say I've had a lot of technical issues. Like, people talk about scuff. I have a lot of scuff. Like I have had like whole streams where like my microphone was just not working properly, but nobody told me.
Yes.
So
very, very helpful.
Things like
chat.
that, definitely.
Thank you, chat, for that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't want to upset me.
Well, I mean, at least you have that power over them.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, you can tell me. It's okay.
Please
tell me.
Do not upset the Beetlebug.
Yes. They do. I have like princessy vibes. Like, I wear like princessy dresses, and that's like part of my lore.
Mm-hmm.
Is the princessy stuff. So I feel like they do treat me like a princess, definitely.
No, I mean, where's the bad in that? I mean,
oh, I love it.
Were you somebody? Have you always wanted to kind of have an audience? I mean, were you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Were you?
This has been like my dream for like my entire life. I mean, I've been watching YouTube since I was like 7 or something. I was back like 20 plus years or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know, of taking in online content.
Yeah.
So like, I have always wanted to do YouTube or Twitch or something, because I knew I I know I'm good at connecting with people,
Right.
and it's what I enjoy.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I knew it would be a conduit, like YouTube and Twitch would be a conduit for me to do those things.
Yeah.
So
So you can reach out and not only just get in contact with them, but be a part of their lives in a way, and
yeah.
they can come and enjoy watching you. And how long did it take for you to realize that they were in fact coming back to watch you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I gained traction a lot faster than I thought I would.
Hmm.
My first sub or first fan and sub on Twitch, named Gray. I'm sure he'll watch this. He he was like the first one where I was like, oh wow, like, because I had didn't know him before this,
Hmm.
and he would come back to each one of my streams
Yeah.
and even like sub or gift subs, and I was like, wow, like someone someone
Hmm.
actually cares enough that they're willing to, give me $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
They're willing to come back even or like clear their schedule and come for every single scheduled stream I have. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the idea of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
he started watching me about my third stream back, so
oh, that
it didn't take too long.
yeah. And once you get that going, you start to feel a sense of growing a community, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we have an amazing community.
Mm.
Especially on the Discord. They urged me to make a Discord, the Twitch chat, and I did it, and now they're in there all the time because I mean, they have stuff. They've like found each other. They have stuff in common I don't even have in common with them.
Yeah.
Like they all love the game Monster Hunter. I've never played it, but they all talk about it all the time. So
So that you're almost incidental to them being on.
yes, yes, they just all showed up there, and then they also have a bunch of stuff in common. So
That
it's
that's
fortunate.
that's pretty cool. It really is. So
Hmm.
once you did get started and you started rolling, did you start looking at immediately trying to expand your base as far as potential audience, or did you just worry more about getting on and staying on for an hour or two? Uh,
I think I I knew that I was going to be able to stick to it.
mhm,
Like I mean I have a set schedule
right.
and I do, I work full time,
Hmm.
but I have a set schedule that I always do, and I knew I would be able to stick to it
Well,
because this is something I've wanted to do forever. So, I was much more focused on growth this time. Like when I streamed in 2020, I didn't really post on other social media
right.
when that really is, I think, the key to growth
Yeah.
that I have seen is like people aren't really going to find you on Twitch. Like they will sometimes, but
Yeah.
most of the time people find me through, Reddit or Twitter,
Hmm. Yeah.
and then they stick around. So
Well,
I've definitely focused more on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like advertising. It's marketing, which is a word that people don't like to hear, but it is
Hmm.
marketing. And people are using the short type videos to advertise
Hmm.
coming to the streams, but you also are reaching a different audience
Yeah.
completely. And if you want to, people can do it. Like, people can separate them out and have a TikTok audience or a
Hmm.
Twitter audience, or they can try to bring them all together and have one large audience. There's couple different ways to work at it to try to get a community going.
Yeah.
But it sounds like to me you're tying it all together with the Discord.
Yes.
Well,
I think that's been like a really good I think it keeps people around,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah, I
Like
think that.
I'm always present. And in there they also get notifications for not only my Twitch but also like Reddit
Hmm.
and stuff when they want to interact with those posts.
Yeah.
So it's like a good way for them to see all the content I'm doing. Or art. I also draw. I
Mm.
draw I drew my own model.
Oh, excellent,
So
excellent.
mhm.
How long have you been an artiste?
Oh, I started drawing maybe 5 years ago.
Mm.
I started doing digital art like 3 years ago.
Oh,
Um,
so it doesn't take you very
I
long at
just
all.
no, one day I just decided to to draw. I was like, I've always wanted to learn how to draw. I just want to do it, and then I started doing it,
Ah,
and that's really all it took.
wow. I wish I could learn that fast. Yeah,
I mean, my first stuff was not as good as the stuff now, but
I'll tell you,
and
every time I try to draw a stick figure, I get hit by lightning. That's how bad it is.
I think drawing a model is really, really difficult.
Yeah.
Like it was probably the most challenging thing I've ever done. And after I finished, I was like, "Oh, I'm never doing that again." And then like 2 weeks later, I drew my next model that's debuting in February. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah.
well. That I mean, this kind of seems like this is all built for you, doesn't it?
hmm
Like that.
I try to keep people excited also
Yeah.
about like things that are coming up. Like I've been teasing the sub goals for that in February with the re-debut. It's gonna be a subathon
Mm-hmm.
also with like donation goals and stuff, and I've been teasing those donation goals for this entire month, and I'm gonna do it all the way to February.
Just dangle it out there for everybody.
Yes,
Just
people are very excited.
one thing, just make sure and make them reachable, but not too reachable.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
definitely.
so many people out there I talk to, like, I have to do this. You know, you set them too close. That's what you did.
Yeah, I've done so I can't really sing very well, but I've already done 2 singing sub goals and I'm never doing it again. I I didn't learn the first time, but the second time I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
Well, it's I haven't hit a note on purpose since 1985, so I'm right in there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Mhm.
by accident, if I hit my foot on something, I'll hit a note. Um, but other than that, no shot whatsoever. The
Yeah.
It really does sound like that you've embraced it and it's embraced you.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Mm,
Definitely.
yeah.
I also love that I've met a few other VTubers through VTubing
Hmm.
and they're wonderful. And I'm glad like I can lift them up, they lift me up. It's wonderful. Because they're also just really cool people. Like I feel like I've met like some genuine friends. Like they do VTubing too. That's
Right.
how we met, but like I also just they're just cool people, which makes me really happy
That
too.
that is excellent. That is excellent. Now, how does this carry over on to your life outside the computer? I mean, as the as how you reacted and how you've acted on stream affected
hmm
how you react with people off stream.
if anything, I think it's boosted my confidence
Mm-hmm.
more. Just because I'm like, it's easier for me to talk to people
Mm-hmm.
in person because I practice so much.
Yeah.
I practice a lot
Yeah.
through Twitch and stuff, and I meet a lot of different kinds of people there. So it's like I'm used to meeting different kinds of people in real life.
That's good.
So,
That's excellent that it can carry over that way
hmm
and make social situations easier for people. And there are people who come in. I mean, you've heard them that are social butterflies when they come on and are very
hmm
easy, and some folks who are wallflowers who don't want to talk to
hmm
people. And it kind of brings this medium brings them all together. And
yeah.
I hate to use the word force, but it kind of forces them to work with each other. Um, but it seems to me that's been a big positive for you.
hmm Definitely. I
Yeah.
think that basically like I've seen a bunch of different kinds of VTubers like you were saying like the more introverted type or the more extroverted type.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I think something that is good is that I'm good at pulling people out of their shell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So more extroverted or introverted people like when I meet them, I feel like I'm able to kind of help them come out of their shell a little bit more.
You are the sheller.
Yes, yes. I mean, even before streaming, people would say that about me.
Mm.
Like, I'm always like, you know how they say like the extroverted person that adopts the introverted friends? Like that's
Yes.
me.
Yes.
I'm the extroverted one that
Every,
that adopts them all.
you're the first one that walks in the room, and then you wave everybody behind you.
Yes.
Come
Yes.
on, it's gonna be
Exactly.
fine. Well, that's wonderful because that That also kind of gives you a leg up in leading a community, I would think.
Mhm.
'Cause,
Yeah, it helps.
yeah, yeah,
I also just my social battery doesn't run out because I love talking to people all the time,
yeah.
so it doesn't really I don't get tired of it,
Hmm.
so that helps.
So on your streams themselves, are you basically just playing games on them? Are you doing some artwork on there, or both? Or
I mostly play games. I haven't done any art streams, but people have been begging me to do that.
hmm yeah,
I've just mostly played casual games because I talk a lot to chat, and I've just been playing cozy games mostly. Today I'm playing Persona,
yeah,
which is probably the most story-driven game I've played on stream.
yeah.
But I'm really excited because I love Persona, so.
Folks who love Persona really love Persona.
Oh yeah. I've only played Persona 5 and I'm playing Persona 3 for the first time, so I'm really excited. I've been wanting to play it forever.
There's a lot of people who do that. You know, they've I've heard a lot of people play 5 and then jump
Hmm.
back to 3. Um,
Yeah.
and 5 must have been a pretty good jump on point, but and good enough to make you want more of the backstory anyway.
Oh yeah. I mean, the gameplay in 5 was great, and then they remade Persona 3,
Mm.
like Persona 3 Reload, and that's what I'm going to be playing.
Oh,
So, because they remade it, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh," they're wanting to play the old one.
yeah. So, what other games have you played on stream?
I've played Chef RPG. I've played Dinkum. These games are like cozy farm type
Uh,
games. Or I've played Roblox games. I played a horror game for the 1st of October.
oh no.
I kind of just jump around to whatever I feel that day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad. Like I have a set schedule, but I don't usually just decide what I'm streaming until the day of. It's a
Controlled
lot of times where I
chaos.
just find a game on Steam and I'm like, "Oh, I want to play that one today." And then I do.
So, how did the horror game
So,
go?
it was terrifying. I'm a big baby, big crybaby at horror. Which means people loved watching it, but
Of
I was
course.
terrified.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, no, go ahead. Just run into that room full speed. Everything's
Oh
fine.
yeah. Yeah, I was playing Zoocosis.
Oh,
So it was like scary animals. Yeah.
yeah, that'll keep you up at night.
Yeah, it was fun though. I
Yeah.
actually played that one twice because people wanted to see more of it.
People wanted to hear
But
more of it.
I got the bad ending, so
Oh, people wanted to hear you play it more.
yes. I felt so honored because some people said that they like everyone was playing Zoocosis when it came out
Hmm.
because it came out October 1st.
Right.
Like a lot of VTubers, but there were some people who said they waited to watch me play it. Like they weren't watching anyone else play it. They were waiting for me to stream it, and I was like, "Wow, like that's
Yeah.
such an honor."
Yeah. They want to hear you scream.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, like they want to experience it with me. That's so awesome. Because
Yeah.
it's like I would do that with my favorite streamers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy to be on the other side of it.
Yeah. How does that hit you when you realize that they are coming for you, not necessarily what you're doing, but because of you and your personality?
Hmm. It's a huge compliment.
Mm.
Like my chat are very, they bully me, but they're also very nice and they say very nice things about me and like how how I come off, or they're like, "Oh, we love hearing you talk." Like
Mm.
because I say I'm like, "Oh, I talk a lot." And then they're like, "Oh, we love hearing you talk. Never stop talking." It's such a compliment
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. Well,
It's
you have a great voice for it.
Oh,
Mm.
thank you.
Yeah. I mean, really,
It is
it's very easy to listen to. It doesn't have a lot of sharp points, as some people have,
thank you.
I can imagine folks having you on in the background or something while they're doing something else very easily.
Hmm.
So I'll put a vote in that camp for you too. Uh,
Yeah, people have said like that they'll like draw and stuff, and I encourage people to sleep to my streams or whatever. That doesn't insult me at all.
mm.
Like I put you to sleep, that's a compliment.
It still counts as watching. Still counts as watching.
Yeah, it does. And I fall asleep to streamers and YouTubers because like I've done that my whole life.
Oh yeah.
So
But it's a,
having someone fall asleep to me, I'm like, that's such a compliment.
I mean, it's basically at that point ASMR, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to branch out into ASMR so bad. I
Mm,
don't have the technology for it yet, but
yeah. Well,
like the microphone and stuff,
you
but
know,
I will eventually.
there's people who are doing the scripts,
Mm-hmm.
and I think
That is true.
you could do that.
I know a few people who are starting to do ASMR as well.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, you could definitely get a hold of one of those. I guess the scripts are up on Reddit somewhere.
mm-hmm.
I'm not on Reddit very much at all. Um, I'm still scarred from the early 1990s battles on the net as far as that type of
Yeah.
thing go. But the but if you find those and I think they're open to use.
Mm-hmm.
I think yeah, I think you'd be great with those.
Yeah, that does sound very cool. I definitely want to do like a dream eating ASMR at some point.
Well, I can give you a few of them.
Yeah.
I can't find my car. Please, please take that one.
Yeah, people tell me about their dreams all the time
Well,
because of like the whole dream eating thing. I hear a lot about some people have some crazy dreams. But
mm, oh yeah, the uh, the crazy dreams are the ones. It's hard when you only remember the ones that you don't like,
yeah. Yeah.
and and
Very
and
true.
and then when you come back to ones again, like I already did this dream. It's a rerun. I
Hmm.
still can't find my car.
Yeah, I had a reoccurring dream where I would just be driving on an empty road. So I also had the reoccurring car dream.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, what the heck, And I can't even remember what it
Yeah.
looks like. The
Hmm.
what do you have? What plans do you have besides doing little ASMR to expand what you're doing
Um,
online? Or do you have the plans yet?
well, I have the subathon in February and
Right.
the re-debut with my model.
Hmm.
I'm always doing art, always
Hmm.
doing new art for myself. People have been wanting to commission me, which is very nice. I've had a few people saying that they'll pay me to draw them stuff. I'm like, oh, that's very nice.
Are you gonna do it?
So I might do commission at some point.
Yeah.
Um, I'm thinking about it. But I also want to branch out into YouTube more at some point. I've
Hmm.
had a lot of people say like, "Oh, I would watch your stuff more, but I don't use Twitch."
Hmm.
So, like I have a VOD channel where I put like upload my old VODs, but I might make some YouTube exclusive content perhaps.
Mm.
Just to give those people more to watch, I think.
So what would be in that? I mean, would that be your ASMR type stuff and other things, or
Yeah,
yeah? You have any other plans
probably
for those, or?
ASMR or I also like I really like commentary channels
Mm.
where they just like, discuss something, like to discuss a TV show or something that's going on in the world or
Yeah.
stuff like that. That is like my favorite genre to watch. Like
Wow.
if you know Curtis Connor,
I don't.
he's one of my favorite YouTubers.
Wow. Is he got a commentary channel?
Yeah, he's like a comedy slash commentary channel.
Oh yeah, those are
And
fun.
yeah, he's great. I would want to make content like that if I could. He's very talented.
It really does sound like you're a person who's got a lot of ideas.
Oh, yes. I'm
Yeah.
a creative at heart.
Yeah. I mean, have you always been that way?
Yes.
Mm.
I think that streaming is a great way for me to express myself creatively
Hmm.
that I didn't have before. It's like I feel like I needed it, if that makes sense.
It
I didn't
does.
have that creative outlet until now, and now my whole life is just so much better because
Mm.
I can create.
Yeah.
Um,
And show people.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eh,
Yes, and people see what I make, which is awesome.
yeah.
So cool.
I mean, a lot of people will do something at home and for themselves and say, "Oh, I kind of like this," but showing it to people is different.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem to have that problem.
I mean, it's nerve-wracking to show people sometimes,
Hmm.
but I also have confidence in myself. I mean, it would. I've been doing art a really long time, and I did not show people the old stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm coming in at a time where, like, I'm starting to show people now after I've, practiced for years.
Hmm.
So I'm a little more confident in what I can do. Like I can see my own work and I can see the flaws in it, but I can see what's good in it as well,
Yeah,
like what I need to do better and stuff.
yeah. Well,
So,
it's the artist's curse, you know. The art is never finished.
yes. Very true. Very true. I
Oh.
drew something recently and I forgot one of my ears and I did not hear the end of that one, but
Well, you
did not hear
know,
the end of it.
you know, I think it was kind of rude for them to point out the person only had one ear. It's not their fault.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe that's the way they are. I mean, crying out loud. Try to be more accepting, folks. But
It was most people didn't say anything, but
yeah,
you know,
um,
some
I'm
people did.
I'm going to say one word to you that drives artists absolutely crazy. Hands.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. I hate hands. I hate drawing hands. Same with feet.
Yeah.
Um, that was like the biggest struggle drawing my VTuber model, were the feet. And like this fun fact, underneath my shoes there are no toes or anything. I like you're supposed to draw like everything underneath. I didn't do that because I just I can't draw feet. I just can't do it.
Well,
They're just shoes.
you're a beetle bug, so it wouldn't really
Hmm.
be feet so much as
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, just yeah, what do beetles have there? I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
try to run away from them as much as possible. But
They have little claws
little claws, I guess.
and legs. I don't
Yes.
know.
But the that's always something. I mean that people solve their own way. I mean, do
Hmm.
you like use your own hand as a template for that sort of thing?
Uh, for drawing hands, no. I just look at references.
Mm,
Like, yeah.
yeah. So everybody's got their own way to get around it. But every time I mention hands, I can almost hear this hair of the hair in the back of the neck of the person I'm talking to stand up.
Yeah, I try to hide them when I can, my art, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
I
it,
try not to draw them when I can. I'm pretty good at it at this point. So,
well, at least you're not drawing all
like people
Powerpuff.
don't even notice that I hid them.
You're not drawing all Powerpuff Girl hands.
Yeah.
We'll just pretend
Even
they don't
my
exist.
my newest model, like I have a giant poofy dress, like a giant princess dress, and you
Hmm.
can't even see the hands, they're behind the dress. So,
There you go. Bigger the dress, the less
mm,
the hands. That's perfect right there.
exactly. Exactly.
You know, it sounds like to me you've got things set up the way you want it, and there I don't think there's been a time that I've talked to you during this time that you haven't been smiling. I can hear it. Um, how much of a part of
Uh,
this is how big a part of of your life is this right now?
I'd say a lot of it, most of my life.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's I think about it all the time. I'm always thinking about what I can post or what I can do or play or talking to people in the Discord or I do have to balance it with my job, my friends, family, those things, of
Yeah.
course. But I
Yeah.
definitely do find time for that. I think I have a very good balance right now. I'm very fortunate for that. And it's funny you mentioned the smiling thing because people say that about me on stream.
It's true. It's absolutely true. You can hear it very easily, and it does make a big difference in quality and timbre of voices, that sort of thing. But the
Hmm.
what would you have done if you were 20 years in the past at this age? Because I was there, and this wasn't here.
Hmm.
I mean, you wouldn't have had that ability to show off what you can do and entertain people on the internet nearly as much in the year 2000
Yeah.
as you could today.
Yeah, I have no idea what I would do because as much as I love talking to people and streaming and stuff, I really don't like public speaking.
Wow.
Like in front of classes or stuff like that.
Right.
So I don't know, because it would be hard for me to like go on TV or do anything like that.
Hmm.
I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an actress really bad,
Hmm. Yeah.
but don't live in California, so
Yeah, it does make it a little tough.
yeah.
Plus, you end up on like A&Es. What happened to these people after five
Oh
years, and
yeah.
you don't want anything to do with that. No, That's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad I'm not an actress. So.
But the I find a lot of people do that, and I had that myself in radio. I didn't like getting in front of people and talking. I could
Hmm.
talk on the radio all day long,
Yeah.
but in front of 10 people, I'm seeing their eyes, and that's a different story. Uh,
Yeah.
do you find that with being Moon Beetlebug, that you get to be yourself more than you ever thought you could be online?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Mm.
I think it's interesting because I do know some VTubers like, they'll play a character because they can, like nobody can see them, so they'll play a character.
Hmm.
For me, it's very much more nobody can see me, so I can be as me as I want to be.
Hmm. Yeah.
um, I like the idea that, people don't have to watch. If they don't like me, they don't have to be there.
Right.
So I can be myself as much as I want, and they can choose to be there, or they can choose not to.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, it's what, sweat off my shoulder? I don't know the
Skin
expression.
off your nose.
But basically, yeah, it's no problem to me if they don't want to watch me, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that I can be myself,
Well,
as much as I get to be. So.
well, as much as obviously you enjoy this, and just talking with you, and find that you obviously still have a lot of confidence in what you're able to do, and that's a for anybody who would stand up against you. That's a lethal combination. I mean, that's only a big positive for you, because it means that there's going to be times, maybe you've already had a few, where people will take a couple pot shots in your direction,
Hmm.
or throw an axe or something, and you have to either duck, parry, grab the axe, or swing yourself. Um, so has that happened to you, and how have you responded to it?
Uh, Definitely, it's happened a lot of times, but it doesn't bother me anymore. And something I've noticed is that when I am nice back to them, it's like they don't know how to respond. Like a lot of times I have gotten followers, and supporters who originally they were, being mean or saying mean stuff about my model or my
Right.
art or whatever.
Hmm.
And then I meet it with kindness, and I think it's so unexpected to them that it kind of changes their tune.
Mm.
I've had that happen many, 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 many times. So at this point, I kind of just take it as, those people are like in a bad mood
Yeah.
or they're having a bad day or they're grumpy or just want to take it out on someone or something else.
Yeah.
And I just may so happen to post and then it's right there in front of them.
Mm.
But usually if I'm nice back, then I feel like they kind of reevaluate themselves.
I'm going to take some lessons from you on how to handle that.
Hmm.
'Cause,
I would say it's definitely helped. I mean, not every time will people be nice after you're nice back, but
Mhm.
I think it helps me because I'm also like, I didn't stoop to their level. I didn't get nasty back
Yeah.
because I don't want to be. I don't want to be mean. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm old, so I can be mean all I want.
yeah, you have a pass. I
That's
don't.
right. If they come at me, I'm just like, kids,
Yeah.
get off my lawn, that type of thing.
Hmm.
It's absolute pleasure talking with you, and
Yeah.
it's your attitude and your cheerfulness and your obvious talents. That's only going to be a big positive thing going forward.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Looking forward to 2.0 coming out here soon. When we get there, please come back, okay? And
Okay.
we'll talk some more
Absolutely.
and update on everybody and what's going on. I'm going to have all the links I've been able to find for you up on the description for this interview. Thank you so much for being number 300.
Thank you. Thank you for having me so much. I had a great time.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.